Hello, you're watching TVP World Talks. I'm Jonasz Rewiński. News of an unidentified flying object crashing down into a local field are no joke on NATO's eastern flank. In fact, this Wednesday, we've had another case of a familiar scenario. Reports of a crash, first responders rushing to the scene, followed by the dreaded official statement, a Russian drone. Poland's defense minister confirmed that this week's incident involved a Shahed-type UAV and was a provocation by the Russian Federation. As a sinister pattern continues to emerge, how should NATO countries respond to Moscow's repeated airspace violations? Joining us now is General Piotr Pytel, former director at the Polish military Counterintelligence Service. Hello and welcome to TVP World.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
So, should the general public be concerned about these reports?
Of course it should, but at the moment we still do not have enough data to have the full picture of the situation. Because we can now say that this drone could fall into our airspace as a result of disruption of its navigation system by the means of Ukrainian electronic warfare. But also it could have been sent intentionally by Russia. So in the later case, the motives of Russia are very interesting. In modern hybrid warfare, it is typical to use such direct military action to achieve political goals, especially now when the peace process run by the Trump administration and coalition of willing is ongoing. So I think that the good theory to explain what has happened in Oshiny is that Russia is trying to undermine this political peace process by using such means as drones or UAVs entering our space. They are conducting such actions in order to toughen our position and attitude. I mean, the Polish politicians, but also the European politicians involved in the process, and to have a stronger attitude to Russia and to the terms of the solution of this conflict.
In practical terms, are such incidents preventable? Let's talk briefly about the way the airspace is being monitored during peacetime. I mean, we do have a heightened security situation due to war taking place right across the border. However, we are not ourselves a country at war. So would it be practicable to think that this network of radars and air defense systems should be able to intercept such drones? Because this one clearly has managed to slip through the net.
Poland has the proper means to detect and identify the low-flying objects as the one which hit the cornfield in the Oshiny. But the problem is with the horizon of radio detection. What is visible for the radars, it has to be visible physically. Because of the terrain, which could mask such intrusions. So the one solution is to build a wall of our sensor and radars near the border with Ukraine and Belarus. Base ground at the elevated platforms, but still it is inefficient to combat such threats. Poland find and now implements the solution based on the Barbara aerostats. which we intend to provide with sensors and radars. And it is costly, but the first solution would be very costly and time-consuming process. So we have be patient and wait a couple of years to achieve operational efficiency of such system.
What happens when the drone is detected?
Problems,
Do we have the practical means to take it down? Should we perhaps cooperate with Ukraine on their technologies, the technologies they are testing in the battlefield, namely interceptor drones, low-cost interceptors that can efficiently target Shaheds and other drones of that kind and destroy them mid-air or cause them to crash without actually reaching their targets?
Yes, but taking down these drones is a separate question. In order to have the data to conduct such preventive action, to intercept such drone, we have firstly detect this unmanned aerial vehicle, and then track his path, yes, to assess his altitude and speed, and to destroy such object. Of course, we need to possess proper weapon systems, which are different in case of the cruise missiles and drones, because of the differences in the speed they could perform on his track. So there is a lot of proper solutions from military point of view. But still, we are in the process of building our detection capabilities. It is the first thing we have to achieve.
Do you think more such incidents are likely in the future? What objectives could Russia try to achieve if it knows that occasionally a drone can actually fly into our airspace undetected? Could it try perform acts of sabotage using these drones? Could it try, for example, to target individuals like members of the Russian diaspora, dissidents, and assassinate them using drones? Unfortunately, there are many dangerous scenarios which spring to mind when one thinks about UAVs operating in the airspace of NATO countries.
Yes, of course, but such actions are combined with the activity of Russian military intelligence, because to hit the target precisely with high precision, you have the good situational overview, and you have to have the data flow in order to make such action possible to conduct. So, of course, Russian could, in the future, perform such actions. But I think that this intrusion of Russian drone in Oshiny, it is the first step, the first situation which we will see similar situations in the future. Because now I think that the most important issue for Putin, from the perspective of his not only personal security in Russia, but also from the perspective of creating his decisions in according with Russian strategy to see things in the long term, in terms of long-term processes. Such approach includes also the similar military activity. So it was the first drone spotted during the peace process. And I think that we will face and we will be confronted with similar situations, not only in our airspace, but also at the sea. And it could be combined with another activities of Russian Federation armed forces and their military intelligence combined.
And that's actually an excellent point, because I wanted to mention instances of assassinations carried out by the Russian intelligence abroad, like the Skripal case. But also, there is the question of signal jamming on the Baltic Sea from Kaliningrad. Do you think there should be a response to that? Because this clearly is the recipe for disaster. An airplane could crash because of the signal jamming activity.
Of course, but such incidents are the subject to international law. And I think that the instant and firm response to such incidents should be taken by the international organizations. What we can do together with our NATO friends is to prevent such situations, to secure our means of transportation in the system of mutual changing of the information about such threats.
General Piotr Pytel was our guest today here on TVP World. Thank you very much for joining us and for sharing your insight into the subject.
Thank you.
And I'm Jonasz Rawiński. You're watching TVP World. Please stay with us here for more latest news, updates and commentary.